a topic that I used to struggle with big time when I first started this business. If anyone knows about this, you can ask Mr. Christian. Like, he knows I struggled with duplication in my business. What does duplication mean? Who knows what duplication means? Drop it in the chat. If you don't know what duplication means, oh man, that's not good. No one knows what the building leaders. Only Zeke knows what duplication means. It's pretty much building leaders. It's getting your team members who are building the business to do what you've been doing. Okay. That's pretty much it. But there's a lot of people that struggle on how to duplicate in this business and build leaders fast. Okay. How to duplicate in network marketing and how to build leaders are one of the two biggest main things in network marketing. So who here struggles with duplication? Some of you are still brand new, but I want to know who actually struggles with duplication. Because when it comes to building leaders, when it comes to duplication, it's more than just recruiting. Most people get in this network, in the network marketing business in general, and they have the mentality that they want to, like, the lottery ticket. They think they sign up 1 or 2 people and their organization is pretty much going to explode and they're going to be rich overnight. But I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but this is not how it works. It's, if you realize network marketing, it's called network. There is the word work in network for a reason. Because it takes consistency, it takes effort, it takes time to grow a successful business. Recruiting is a large part of your business. You will need to do more of it if you want to duplicate. Our goal in this business is to have what? Is to have passive income, right? If no one is stepping up and building on their own, it will be hard to create any momentum in your business. If no one is stepping up, it will be hard to create momentum. Building leaders in our business takes more of a time investment. It takes time. It took me a year. It took me a year to be able to duplicate. It's like, how can I put, when you're trying to teach your children or any kid to walk, it seems easier to carry the kid around than to invest your time teaching them how to walk. But you wouldn't want to be carrying around the kid until he's 30 years old. No, right? So the key is building people. The key is building people. Duplication starts with finding people who are self-motivated and that want to take consistent action. But the thing is, motivation isn't something you can teach. You can't keep motivating a person. I can motivate you once, twice, 3. I can't keep motivating you every hour of the day. Do you guys think it's possible? So you need to find a person who's self-motivated, that can take, like I said, consistent action. You don't want to get into this business. People fail in this business for one reason, because some people just go into this this management mode where I'm going to manage this person. I'm going to tell them what to do. You can't do that. Not in this business. You can guide them. but you can't tell a person what to do and what not to do. They're like, no, I will guide you. I will tell you, but at the end of the day, it is up to you. It's your business. If you ruin anything, you're going to ruin yourself and your business. Also, personal recruiting and having the sales, can we all agree that it is pretty much the main thing in our business, especially in the beginning? Imagine you stop doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is pretty much producing. You won't find the people who you want to duplicate. So I know a lot of people who start the business and automatically they assume, okay, great, yes, you're gonna have to try to duplicate, but that does not mean you stop what you're supposed to be doing. You have to keep recruiting. You have to get new team members started, because out of 20, maybe you will find one person. Out of 100, you would be lucky to find 3. Once you find the right person who is willing, coachable, and hungry, the 3 traits to put work and become successful in the in network marketing, your job is to pretty much mold them into leaders. And how do you do this? Through personal development. Through personal development. This goes for you and for your team. Who here actually does personal development? I do 30 minutes a day, every single morning. I don't care what I've had going on. Even if I have something to do, I put it in my ear. I don't care. I'll put it in my ear and walk around and do what I gotta do. This is how you're gonna help your leaders actually become leaders. You should focus some of your time on helping them to become the leaders that they need to be able to build a huge team. They need to make it a habit. Make it a habit. Our assignment is to read 10 pages a day or listen to a podcast for 30 minutes a day. Trust me, it will transform your organization. It will transform your organization. Building leaders starts with reinforcing good habits. Most people don't have like proper training and they never had the chance to develop good habits and skills. But guess what? With our calls, with everything, we try to change that. And a good way for how to build leaders in our business is to teach them. There's a method I read about. It's called teach, show, with, go method. Write it down. Teach, show, with, go method. What does that mean? It's a process that you will take all the new people that are starting to build the business to become independent. Because having a team of self-motivated, independent leaders is the best form of duplication. It is the best form of it. Look, when I first started this business, I didn't have independent leaders. They were dependent on me. So their success was always going to be like, it's just, there is more in them, but it's not coming out. It's not going to show because they're not independent. So having self-motivated, independent leaders is the best form of duplication. Most people, when they first get started, I hate the word fail, but people call it fail. It's because they don't have the right guidance. Our business is not about trying to convince people who aren't interested to join, but it's about sharing our business with people who are open to what we have. Does that make sense? Wait, let me just let people in. Does that make sense, you guys? You have to show people the way. Your leaders, you have to show them the way. Because let me tell you something. If you can teach all you want, you can teach all you want. But many people they don't learn that way. I don't learn that way. Don't just teach me, show me. I need to see how it's done, so that way I can model after you. And it is the best way actually to get to success. It's through matching and modeling. When there is a person that can lead you through the right process, and you're going to have a blueprint that you can learn from. So I want you to include this as a part of your teaching, is to show as well. A lot of the time, people just show someone how it's done and they don't teach them why things are done. Why are you doing something is actually more important than what you are doing. Why are you doing it? I love people when they ask me, for example, why did you say this during your presentation? I want to know why. What's the purpose? Sometimes when you explain to them, it clicks. So showing along with teaching is going to develop the right skills. Makes sense? We're good? Next step is to do presentation with someone, with your team members. Look, you will never be good at doing a presentation unless you listen and take notes. In the beginning, when I first started, Rakan was on 4 calls with me. 4 different prospects. The 5th call, he was on it, but he made me run the call. It is not wrong. I know a lot of people, maybe they're shy of asking their upline. Maybe, hey, I just want to try to do this on my own from the beginning. It's okay, actually. I respect that. I respect that you want to do it on your own. But why, like I said, why don't you learn from someone who has already done it a few times and then do it on your own? So, for example, let's say Allison, okay? She just started. She just joined the team. She wants to build a business. She should message if she has a prospect, if she has someone who is interested. She should shoot me a message. Hey, I have this prospect who's interested in our business. When are you able to get on a 3-way call with me and them? Now, when I start doing the presentation, Allison shouldn't be just sitting and just watching me do it. No, she should be listening and taking notes while I'm doing it. Because I'm going to do it the second time and she's going to take more notes. The third time, she's going to take more notes. The 4th time, what I sometimes do is I split it into half. So, for example, I can tell Allison, hey, you're going to do the first half and I'm going to do the second half. Or the other way around. to see how she's going to do. The fifth one, she's on her own. I'll be on the call, but she's on her own. Does that make sense? So it is not wrong to ask your upline to do a 3-way call. This, trust me, it actually is good. It's going to get you better at presenting, because in the long run, you won't be able to ask your upline to do like 300 calls a day. It's just, wait, a week before Florida, I messaged Christian and I was like, Christian, I did 47 calls today, 47 presentations. 47 presentations. Now, the only reason I did 47 presentations is because all the leaders that came in, they're still brand new. So I had to do 47 presentations. But imagine people that I already had in my business, have already been listening to me present. I do for them 47 presentations. Absolutely not. Do you guys provide leads or we have to find the clients? No, you have to find your leads through social media, through your warm market. Depends. But does that make sense? You can't, when you build a massive organization, it's going to be impossible to hop on every presentation. So you need to learn how to present. Do you really think Rakan or Christian or any of the top leaders are going to present to 50, 60 people a day? I'm just going to do an op call at that point. I'm going to send them the link to our op calls Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you need to think long-term. I'm going to learn how to present long-term. So when I do have builders on my team, I can teach them that way as well. And they can start presenting. Okay. Now, the final step in building leaders on your team is to go away. It sounds odd to go away, but it's not like going away, like disappear. But as they say, like every bird needs to eventually leave their nest and fly. The same thing applies to leaders in our business. You just eventually need to go away and let your team members try it on their own. Otherwise, like I said, they will always be dependent on you for success. You want to be there for people and help them when you can, but they shouldn't rely on you on everything. You have to push your leaders out of the nest. You have to. You cannot baby your team members because they will never grow to their full potential. I learned this the hard way. I genuinely speak when I'm speaking, like I'm talking about what happened with me. I used to hold hands. Guess what? These leaders left. They're gone. You want your people to succeed. But they can't wait on you to succeed. And don't be surprised if you end up quitting the business because of this, because you're literally babying every single one of them. You can't do that. So you need to go away and let them try things on their own. And you're going to be there for guidance. You're going to be there for guidance. I'm going to give you, like, I like giving examples because some people can actually, like me, I will try to figure it out on my own. Always try to figure it out on my own. But when I reach to a point where I know for a fact, I tried everything I possibly can, like everything, that's when I show a message to Christian. That's when I show a message to Rosette. That's when I'm Rakan. That's it. But not everything I do, I like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think? I won't grow. I won't learn. It's okay to make mistakes, by the way. I've made mistakes. I learn from them. I learned from my mistakes, so it's okay. Try to figure it out on your own. Make sense? Now, there's one more thing that I also need you guys to focus on is recognition. Recognition in your team. You need to recognize the people if they're doing the right activities, or if they're ranking up, or if they're hitting the pools. Building leaders start with celebrating what you want to duplicate. Does that make sense? I read somewhere where it says celebrate what you want to duplicate. Celebrate what you want to duplicate. It's the best way to create duplication in your team. Go on Instagram, make a big deal about it. It is a big deal. If someone hit the X12 bonus on our team, of course I'm gonna go and talk about it or post it on my social media. It's not easy to hit the X12 bonus pool. If someone hit ambassador, of course I'm gonna recognize them. This is also the great way to build leaders. When you celebrate what you want to duplicate, more of your leaders who aren't being active will probably start being active. Let me tell you another example. When I go on these recruiting like blitzes, it's not because I want to go on a recruiting blitz. It's not because I want to recruit. Yes, of course, we always, but not that amount of people. But why do I recruit that much? Because when people see, you need to lead by example, pretty much. If their leader is not doing what they're telling them to do, they will never do it. Imagine me going up to Megan and telling her, Megan, hey, your goal this week is, you know what, to recruit 5 people. And me, myself, I'm not even recruiting 1 person. Why would she do it? Why would she do it if I'm not doing it? If I tell Megan, hey, go on your story, and she does not see me on my story for like a freaking week, why would she do it? True leaders lead from the front. If you want to build a massive organization, you need to lead the way and always strive to be on the leaderboards, rank, like you have to. I don't have to. It's not always about recruiting, by the way. Your team needs to see that you're always after it. You're always working. You're always active. You're always on social media. It doesn't have to always be about recruiting. Because trust me, people don't want to just follow a leader that's just giving them orders all the time. People want to follow a leader who's down in the trenches with them, leading the way. Does that make sense? That's what I learned, honestly, the past 4 months. Four months. Took me a whole year. A whole year. It's a process. It's a process. Like I said in the beginning of the call, don't expect to sign up 1 or 2 people and you're going to become rich in a month. It's not going to happen. Like like we say, look, sometimes like this fast success is not always the best. People get into this success coma sometimes. You can duplicate right away. You can do everything right away. And then all of us, because it's not done right, because you are not developing yourself, again, personal development, you don't have leadership skills, you don't know how to lead your team, they can all just go poof, gone. So you need to do it the right way. And it all starts with you. It all starts with you. If you are not developing yourself, do not expect to have a team that lasts a long time. Do not expect that. If you're not leading by example, don't expect your team to do anything. So don't go up to your leaders, tell them, oh, this is our goal. Like, you need to hit freaking, X6 this month. So did you hit it? Like, did you hit it? No. Okay, then. And I know everyone's different, but still, you have to put in the work. Accountability, yes. Does that make sense, you guys? How to duplicate on your team? In a million years, I never thought I would give a training on duplication, because that's one thing I really struggled with. I really did. But I kept working, developing, learning how to lead every single day, until it eventually happened. So patience is key when it comes to network marketing. Patience. Like, if you don't have the patience, man, oh man, it's not good for you. So you need to have patience. And I promise you, everything will come. Just work on yourself first. Good to go? Drop some ones in the chat if everything made sense. Drop some in. I hear the chat has been, I have not looked at the chat, really. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for hopping on the call. Like I said, we need to get into the habit of letting everyone know about this call every single week. Saturdays are usually like the busiest for us. So we have 1 o'clock, we have 3 o'clock. So there's no excuses. There is no excuses. If you want to build a massive organization, you need to be on these calls every single week. I never missed a call. I never miss a call. You shouldn't either. You shouldn't either. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, champions. And I will see you tomorrow on Rich. And yeah, love you all. See you soon.